Okay, different day, new situation. Now, see this spot right here? You see the car parked in this spot? Okay, so here's the whole line here. Here, look. Here's the whole line. Okay, so the neighbor that's over by the blue house, she moved out. See all that space? Now, so this gentleman bought himself a car. And see the Bud Light there? Okay. So, when he bought the car, we agreed on the parking spaces.
Hola,
Yo estaba buscando-te en el centro.
me fui a rentar un cuartito.
Tú estás en un cuartito.
Sí, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿cómo te llamas?
María,
María de qué?
De Jesús.
¿Y qué es el apellido de su papá?
¿dónde?
Solo tiene el mío.
Nomás me apellido Romero. Me llamo María de Jesús Romero.
¿Y tu papá?
Ajá. Pues mi mamá nunca me pidió eso.
Si tú no conoces tu papá? Tú no conoces tu papá. ¿Y por qué?
No sé, mi mamá.
¿Por qué él no conoce al papá?
Pues los abandonó.
¿Cómo?
Así como todos los cobardes corren.
Es imposible que un papá vaya a abandonarte porque tú estás muy bonita y muy perfecta. Así es imposible.
Acabamos
Así,
de estar.
ellos están en casa. Así nosotros vamos a Guatemala y a Honduras y nosotros vamos a buscar a tu papá. ¿Qué tú piensas?
No sabía cómo es.
Sí, vamos a buscar a tu papá.
Ni siquiera sé cómo se llama. Mi mamá nunca me pidió contar de él. No sé su nombre, su apellido. Ni sé cómo es.
No hay problema, pero en el momento que él viera este bonito cara, él va a decir, oh, mi hija bonita. Oh, pero yo no voy a molestarte más. Y así. Bien.
Así visitando a mi amiga.
Oh, tu amiga.
Sí.
¿Y no tu amigo?
También
Oh, gracias.
los conocí y me cayeron muy bien, Moreno. Y tú también.
Ah, gracias.
Están visitándolos.
Gracias. No, me voy. Porque yo necesito mover este carro, este coche.
Ok, va a checar su coche.
No más, yo no tengo más. Tú estás comiendo en toda la vecindad. ¿Qué tú quieres más? No molesta. Okay, so at any rate, so this gentleman, so we agreed on the parking spots. So we agreed on the parking spots. So last night, where my car was parked here, so he hits the back of this car, my car, and he drives it all the way over here up against this gate. See? He drives it all the way over here up against this gate. So, knowing that he has a proclivity to drink, I said, hold on, wait. I'm not going to fault you for this. I'm not going to fault you for this. This has to be my fault because I did not properly look at the warning signs and know that here's my car, so all that's damaged here is just this light. But some guy at an intersection that was driving without insurance, he tore the whole back side of the car off and put this thing in. So what could I say? He was uninsured. What could I say? You know, except for, hey, it was in the United States, so all I could tell him is, hey, you know what, you got to leave before the police call. That's about all I could say. Okay, now I got to move this car back here, over here to the white barrel. And hopefully, this will resolve the problem. But see, I live way down there. Okay. So now I've been parking in that same spot for 2 years. So this guy, he just gets this car maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. But see, now he wants the whole spot. So today, it's all over. Passed by him a couple times, 3, 4 times. He didn't come and say, "Hey, did I damage your car? It was my fault." Nothing, nothing. So he knows that he's in the majority. He knows that. Okay, now on the way on starting this, I was talking to a lady and her little girl, and the little girl and the lady, they're aspirants to go to the United States, and they're both from Honduras. Okay, so they're both from Honduras, right? Okay, so the little girl, she said, "Well," I said, "So what's your last name?" And she said, "Well, I only got the last name of my mother." And so I said, "Well, okay, so how about your father?" And so she's saying that I don't know your father. So I'm telling her, "Look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna both go to Honduras, and we're gonna find your father, because when he finds out that you're so beautiful, he's gonna want to know you. So don't think that he's abandoned you." Okay. So the world is a complicated place. It's a very, very complicated place. And everyone wants to write their own narrative. Everybody wants to write their own narrative, right, folks? See, here's my two friends, and they want to, and they if they have the brains to do so, but if they had hands, they would be writing their own narrative also. Everybody wants to have their own truth. The guy that hits me, he says, "Hey, I come out, I say, hey, don't worry about it. See how now the question is can I open the hood?" So and this damage I did myself. But so he tears all of this up, see? And so his narrative is hey, you should have let me have the whole, he didn't say this, but his narrative is hey, you should have let me have the whole parking spot anyway. And not that I didn't say that to him. I said, the minute he got his vehicle, hey, look, if I got to park 2 miles away, 3 miles away, that's okay, because my primary means of transportation is a bike. So, a car is not that important of a thing for me. And especially since I found out that the number one way that you get sequestered around here is by the police. It's not the cartel, it's the police. So the police stop you on what they claim is a legitimate stop, and then they hand you over to the cartels. So if you're running around Mexico and you're driving, what you're basically on is a suicide run. You're not going to win in Latin America driving. Now, also you say to yourself, well, I can't drive so I can take a cab. No, you can't take a cab either. Because the cab drivers, the policemen, the cartels, the panderas, they're all in it together. Now, most of the cab drivers, you're going to say, well, they're not into it, but you never do know. Now, here's another thing. I already made a video about Mexico and stop signs. See that? That stop sign is in German. Somebody has, tied some line around it, and here's the stop sign here. So it's just sitting here. And no telling how long it's been sitting here. But now, at this intersection, see, now there's a stop sign right there, but at this intersection, if you come in this direction, how do you know to stop? So that's why you got to treat every stop, as a four-way stop. See, some guy, he just passed, he tapped his brakes at a rolling stop, and he just proceeded. So every single stop, here, watch, this person has a right of way. See, but he's going to slowly proceed through the intersection because he knows that even though these people here have the stop sign, they're not going to stop. See how this works? Okay. So now you're going to say, well, why doesn't the city repair this? Well, because the primary source of revenue in Mexico is Petromex. Mexico is a petrol state, just like Venezuela is a petrol state. And Petromex this year lost like $300 million. They lost $300 million. So the wells have dried up. It's all over. Mexico is a petrol state. It's over. They basically have no other source of income, and so what they're trying to maneuver to do now is they're trying to replace China and ship goods, the manufactured goods in Mexico, ship them to China, have a lower have a lower transportation cost. That's what they're trying to do. Okay. Will that work? Who knows? Now, there's the perpetrator over there that did all of the hitting. See him down there? Here, let's zoom in. See him down there? Now he's walking. He's gotten out of the car and he's walking. Because what happened is that he's driving his nephew's car. So now probably his nephew has said, look, you know what, Uncle? You know what, T.O.? You're not driving my car anymore. So now he's back on foot. Oh well. Let's see if we can get this car moved.